All right, happy to be joined by Charles Johnson, Inner G's back in action. Big fight here, UFC Vegas 103, March 1st. Charles, how you doing? Probably pretty damn good. I didn't even know this until we hopped on. You're a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Yeah, man. It was a good day yesterday, man. Put belt to ass, so it was a good game. It was fun.
Yeah, I bet. How long? I imagine since like a kid. Like I remember back in the day, Donovan McNabb was always fun to watch. So who got you into becoming an Eagles fan?
Yeah, about that team, that era, about when he got drafted. About when I was a fan, about 2003, 4 ish. I became an Eagles fan and been an Eagles fan ever since. So before that, I was just kind of like on any black quarterback. Like I was a fan of Dante Culpepper and
Oh, nice. Yep.
Steve McNair and the Titans. And they had Eddie George and good defense. And then you had Michael Vick. But I was never really like a huge Michael Vick fan when he came in because I was an Eagles fan.
Well, that turned out pretty well considering what happened to him. So
when he came back, and
yeah,
if you know anything about the Eagles organization, as I become older, I'm more proud of being an Eagles fan. They give a lot of players who've had issues second opportunities, a la Michael Vick, Vince Young, and other players too. So it's been a fun ride, and they're at the top of the mountain now after yesterday, and it all starts back over. That's the beauty of everything in the sporting world. After you get to the top, it all starts back over. So, it'll be fun to see what happens in the draft. And yeah, it was a great weekend though, man. Eagles, baby.
That's good. Did you get hassled at all being an Eagles fan and wearing that today? Did anyone give you a hard time? Because obviously,
nah, man, I've been rocking this for a month.
So people know. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I've been wearing my Eagles stuff to the gym for a month now, so people know what it is when they see me.
Nice. Well, that's great. Yeah. Sorry, my audio just cut out. I'm just trying to fix this.
Oh, you good? You good?
Give me 1 second here. We're live too, so this. Oh, there we go. No, it's good. We're good. I can hear you again. That was weird. You can hear me? Okay, cool. It's just super quiet. Let me see if it's on my end. I'm gonna figure this out here. Okay, I think you're okay. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna ask you. Obviously, you're.
Oh, I don't have any issues. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now too. I was gonna ask you actually. Your card's interesting because you have a new main event now. Obviously, with Royval being out, Asu in. Were you ever contacted to take that spot at all?
No, I was never contacted. I contacted Mick though, and told him if he needs me, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I just always try to be aware of those things. When this card got initially put out, it was 3 flyweight fights. Now we're down to 2, I believe, unless they're gonna fill Nascimento, because he ends up the odd man out now because he got called late. But I think it's just gonna end up being 2 fights for flyweights. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got 2.5, 3 weeks now. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but for me, I was super excited. I mean, I wasn't initially excited about the card, and then when I seen it, the second flyweight fight, and then a third flyweight fight, I was like, all right, it's a mini flyweight Grand Prix. All right, Mick, I see what you're trying to do. Let's go, baby. So, I'm always excited about having a name on the paper, staying active, and I, it's a journey right now, so just working our way to the top right now.
Okay, well said. Let's talk about your opponent. Bit surprised to fight him just with the fact that he's not ranked. I know he's got a good record and there's some hype behind him, but like, tell me sort of your impressions of even getting this fight.
I was pissed off, initially, because I really had my hopes high because I judge based off of the rest of the MMA landscape. Everybody else with 4 wins in a row last year, or 4 wins in one single year, were on main cards, pay-per-view events, or co-main and main events in fight nights. So after I won against Umudarji, I was expecting that sort of placement. I did get offered a fight, but I only got like 3.5, 4 days to respond to it, and not even a week since I fought. So by that Wednesday, they had filled the fight. So I didn't really have much time to take the fight. It was to fight in January on the pay-per-view card that just passed. And when I contacted back on Friday, after my fight, the Friday following my fight, had 6 days after my fight. They had already filled the fight. And so I didn't get that opportunity on that pay-per-view, and I got placed here in March. And so for me, it's just about, I've always been big on taking every opportunity. And right now we're working our way to a belt. So when I saw the placement, I saw the opponent, and I'm just like, this is a business too at the end of the day, and that matters too, where you get placed on cards and who you get placed against. So that kind of like, upset me,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I love to fight, and I'm just excited about another opportunity, make it 5 in a row, continue pushing my way to this title contention.
How do you feel like you match up against him here? 20-fight veteran, not a ton of UFC experience, but how are you looking at this one?
He's very experienced. He's fought in Pride. He's fought some tough strikers. He's fought in different rule sets, and he come from he's an Uzbekistan fighter. And if you know anything about that region, they're well-rounded fighters. They're pretty good at everything. They train diligently. They're usually technical. Just like the Kazakhstans and the Russians in that area, they're pretty solid everywhere. So I'm expecting a tough fight. No one in 2025 is an easy fight in the UFC. Everyone has so much information. Everyone has so much to offer. And at flyweight, anything can happen on any given night. So right now, it's just for me. I got a phrase in my head, TTD, train to dominate. That's all I'm focused on. When I walk in the gym, I say it to myself every single day. We're no longer thinking about just winning. We're training to dominate. We're training to win every phase of this game until I can get the opportunities that I feel like I've earned through my consistent availability and stepping in there and risking everything for myself.
Take me through camp a bit. Where have you been training for this one? Who have you had a chance to work with?
Yeah, so home now is Orlando, Florida, and I train at Fusion Excel. So we have a lot of phenomenal athletes here. This week we have Rodolfo Vieira coming up. Super excited for him. Amazing jiu-jitsu artist, but he's a great all-around mixed martial artist, and I can't wait to see what he does, what he's able to show this week. But everywhere in the gym, you got different guys at every weight, So this past weekend, we had 3 guys on the Saudi card, and we dropped a couple of them, but great fights, and they were dealing with some extra things out in Saudi. So I'm super proud of those guys. They put in great camps, and just it's so much information on the mats every single day. Coach Julian Williams does a great job at making sure we're all consistent, and the system that we're working, it works at the highest level. And every athlete is different. He understands that. So it's just great, man. It's great. I go in the gym, and it's like I get to steal people's powers. I feel like Monstars. I get in there like in Space Jam, and I can go up to almost anybody, all the professionals, and ask a question and learn. And how I learn, and I start implementing it directly into what I'm doing. And I just feel like I've just been like collecting all these different superpowers from all these great fighters in the gym to add to what I'm doing, to round out what I've been working on. And of course, my team, Murcielago from Michigan, they'll still be in my corner for this fight. My head coach, Joaquin Murcielago, and Justin Hardick will be in my corner. And we're just rounding everything out. Full scale team, everything ready to roll, conditioned well, just super excited. I'm hitting times on the track that I was hitting in college. So I'm just super excited about this fight, man. Just going to make sure all we have to do is be prepared, and I am very prepared for anybody I step in there with right now.
So where are you living right now then? Because that was going to be my other question. It sounds like you're just doing your camp out there at Fusion Excel. Are you still living in Michigan?
Orlando. I moved here in August.
Moved?
I moved
cool.
here in August, and I fought Sumundarji in October. So that's why when they offered me the fight, I didn't have much time here with this camp, and we still were trying to figure things out. And I had to talk to my coaches and figure out, like, we just moved into our home. I just got done moving, baby girl got to get in daycare. It's a lot of moving parts. So before I can sign off on anything, I asked for a week, and that's why, it's just being here in Orlando is amazing. It's warm. I got everything I need at the gym. I've been training at Draft Academy for my recovery. It's a great facility there. A couple NFL athletes and other people who helped put together a great facility for recovery for professionals. And so it's just been a great job working with my guy, JT, James Taylor, out of Technique Boxing. We got different guys Mike Perry pops in there. You know, we got different big names all the time. Machida on the mat, Lyoto Machida and his sons, they're amazing. It's just so a wealth of knowledge everywhere. And if you're a learner like I am and you soak things up, it's a lot to absorb. And so being here in Orlando, we live here now, we're residents now, we live in a home, and it's just super exciting. It's going to be a big year for us. You know, it's a lot more stability than it was in August, September when I fought Sumundarji. So I'm super excited, man. I've had time to soak in Julian's system and work and train with these guys and really work on some things. So I'm very excited about, you know, this fight because I know I'm gonna be a different version of myself.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just last question on camp, because I'm always curious about this stuff. Like, why did you choose that gym? How did that all get set up with you? Like deciding to move, like take me through that process, because I find that really interesting.
Yeah, I came out of here in February of last year, and I trained for 2 weeks. I came out for the Miami card, the pay-per-view that was here early in the year.
Okay. Did you reach out to them, or did they, like, what was the connection there?
Well, I knew Mike Davis from tryouts in Tiger Woods in 2019.
Gotcha.
Right? And then I met Phil Rowe at the Miami event early 2024. I was like, yeah, I'm coming out there. So I trained in Miami for a week at MMA Masters because I was familiar with those coaches, great men, and I got to meet Nate Landwehr, train with him, and that was fun. And then the following week, I came down here to Orlando and I trained here for a week, and I was out here for about 2.5 weeks, given with the pay-per-view, and I loved it so much, and I couldn't wait to get back. And then our lease was up in July, August, so we moved here. I was like, let's go. I love the system. I had been following the gym for a while, and so I just moved the girls here, and I was like, let's go, baby. We gotta you know, lock in full time, full schedule at Murcielago's phenomenal gym, but I was only able to train like once a day there. Here I can train 2-3 times. There's always a session going on, always pad holders. So it's just a better fit for where I am right now in my career. But I love it, man. I still got my guys around me, Murcielago. I still got and Chaos Williams coming up too, man.
That's right, Saturday.
You know, he got work to do too. Like I've been texting him, like, let's go, baby. You know, he said he's feeling great for that one. So you know, we just, you know, we got a tight-knit group of men that are goal oriented. I love all these guys, man, and everywhere I go, you know, it's just about let's do it. Let's figure out how to get there. So right now, Fusion is where we're at for the next couple years, and it's amazing, man. And we're going to be cross training. My guys from Murcielago are going to be coming here. We're going to be going to Murcielago, trying to, you know, implement that, you know. And I'm super excited for my boy Joaquin Buckley. You know, he's back in St. Louis now, training out at St. Charles MMA, my original gym, and he's training with STL Boxing, and you know, he's got a huge year ahead of him, man. He may be fighting for a title very soon. So shout out to my boy Buck, man. It's all these goal-oriented people that have been around each other. It's fun to see everyone having success. And March 1st, baby, we got a new prospect, second fight in the UFC, but it don't matter. He's fought in the biggest organization, so it's going to be a tough fight, and I'm very excited. I think it's oil and water. You asked me what I thought about the matchup. It's oil and water to me. He's a big puncher. He throws big punches and runs away. Throws big punches and runs away. So, but if he catches you, he's coming. Like if he catches you, he's on you, right? So I'm excited about it. I think that my style, how I move, and my cardio, and just me being able to box on the inside and outside bodes significant problems for him. And then, you know, we got new tools in the belt, so it's gonna be a great fight, and I'm excited to fight Uriah again. Uriah's camp. You know, last camp they did some good things when I fought Sumundarji in the wrestling, so I'm excited about that challenge of working on some things that I failed at during that fight and not being able to control that I had been working here, but I got more time under my belt now with the camp, so I'm very excited about that aspect to it, and seeing Uriah and tell him, hey, you guys had some success last fight. Don't expect that this one, you know. I respect you. You're a legend, baby, but I'm coming for you.
Okay, I like it.
I'm excited about it, man.
Quickly before we go, because I know I believe you guys have trained or at least been at the same camp. What did you think of Weili Zhang's win over Tatiana Suarez last weekend? I'm sure you saw it.
And Weili is looking phenomenal. She's in phenomenal shape. You have to be supremely conditioned to fight that girl, that woman. She's amazing, and she can learn and she can adapt. And I think that a couple more fights under her belt, Tatiana be able to attack that fight again. She had a lot of success the first round. We never know what fighters are dealing with. It's always something going on. So I think Tatiana is always going to be a challenge for her. That fight can play out like that every time, or it can play out like the first round and be a lot more gritty. So I think Tatiana is going to grow from it a lot. I think she needs to implement a little bit more striking, and she's going to get stronger. She's going to be ready, more prepared. And fighting in Australia, man, I haven't fought there yet, but I know it can be tough when you travel. So maybe if that one happens on the home soil, it goes it's a better fight, or it doesn't matter. You know, maybe she's more conditioned. We'll see. You know, but Weili right now, you got to have a lot of tools in your belt, and you got to make her think a lot, and you got to be able to be phenomenal somewhere where she can feel pressure. Because if not, that girl's great, man. That woman is amazing, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch in the main event. Drake has shut a lot of people up, man. I know it's ugly, but you can tell that he holds some power, you know, because when people say, why can't he, people like, what's going on with Zhang? You, as a fighter, you can tell, like, people fight people differently when they feel the power, right? And I think after he broke his nose, you know, like he broke his nose but it's just like you can feel well, he
was winning anyways. I mean, the broken nose was part of it, but that wasn't, I think, that wasn't the reason that Dricus won. Dricus was ahead, though. Yeah, he was ahead. He was ahead. He was a step ahead every fight.
Sean cautious, it has to be a reason. And I think it's just the power that man carries behind him. And we can say, you know, it's ugly. People can have their says about it, but it works for him, and he's the world champion, you know? And so you got to be conditioned, and you got to be able to deal with that power across 5 rounds. And Sean wasn't able to, but I'm excited to see Hamzat step up to the plate and what he does this year. You know, everybody's been wondering when Hamzat's going to get a title shot. I think it's coming very soon. And
well, it has to be next. I don't know who else
we'll get to see exactly what it is, you know, and I think he's going to pass the test, to be honest with you. I've seen him in Tiger Muay, and I've seen him in up close and personal, and we've all seen him, what he can do on the big scales. He always steps up to the plate when it's time to fight. So 5 rounds against Dricus, I think that's the next fight to make, and I think we're all excited about that one too. There's a lot of big fights this year. Unfortunately, our boy Dom retired. I was looking forward to him. Seattle one more, you know. That was the guy that I watched the most when I got into this sport, because I was a late bloomer into the sport, and he was a champion at the time, and he was just different, and he was fun to watch. And I was really looking forward to the Seattle card, to giving him one more hurrah. But I'm sure I'll see him at my event, you know, and hopefully, you know, and hopefully get him to sign a shirt or something, man.
There we go. That's good. Charles Johnson fighting March 1st, UFC Vegas 103. You don't want to miss it. Thanks as always for doing this, man. Really appreciate the time.